Hey everyone, today we're exploring salt springs in Ocala National Forest. Join us as we discover what makes this spring unique from Florida's other freshwater springs and why this is a top spot for snorkelers. So let's get into it. Salt Springs is located in the northeastern part of Ocala National Forest, about an hour and a half north of Orlando. The spring flows into a 5-mile scenic run that eventually empties into Lake George, the second largest lake in Florida. We arrived early on a Sunday morning just after they opened at 8 a.m. At the ranger station, we paid $28 for entry for 2 adults, and we got our Springs passport stamp. This is one thing that we discovered while we were at Alexander Spring, and it's like a national parks passport, but for Florida Springs. We just got a Florida Springs passport. It's just like the national parks passport. We've done a lot of these. And this one, and this one.
Well, I guess we gotta go back now and get our stamps.
I don't know, I gotta go back. It gives us a good reason to go back. Once you're in, you've got access to clear spring water for swimming and snorkeling, and shady spots for picnicking and barbecuing. The picnic area is nice and shaded, and just beware that if you are bringing food, there are a ton of vultures here who apparently love to steal people's food. There are no kayaking or canoe rentals here, but you are able to launch your own boat just down the road at the Salt Springs Marina for a $20 fee. There's also a small store on site where you can grab snacks, snorkel gear, inflatable tubes, or even picnic and barbecue supplies if you forgot something at home. Salt Springs is a spectacular natural mineral spring that gives the area its name. The spring is a second magnitude spring that gushes out about 52 million gallons of water every single day at a steady 74 degrees Fahrenheit, making it a perfect swimming spot year-round. So there's caution tape over here, just trying to keep swimmers from like jumping off of this rock here into the spring. I can see people doing that. And here's one spring head, and then it looks like there's another spring head just right over there. So you can kind of see where the water is like bubbling from the spring there. And then another spring head here, which it looks cool. I love all the rocks. What makes Salt Springs different from most other Florida springs is that it has a slightly salty taste. That's because the water travels deep underground through ancient limestone aquifers, picking up natural minerals like potassium, magnesium, and sodium salts along the way. Those minerals not only give the water its name, they also create a really unique habitat for wildlife. The main swimming area has an average depth of about 2 to 5 feet. The spring gushes forth an incredible amount of water, which can make it a little challenging to try to swim against the current. I had to go back and put on my fins to try and make it over to the spring vents. One of the coolest things about snorkeling here is spotting blue crabs. These guys are usually found in brackish or salt water, so seeing them in a freshwater spring is a bit of a surprise. But thanks to the mineral-rich water, they actually thrive here. We saw tons of them tucked into the rock crevices near the spring vents. We snorkeled over several of the spring vents, and it is just amazing to see how deep each one gets. You definitely want to bring goggles and a snorkel gear because it is such a cool underwater landscape to explore. The Head Springs area has all of these rock formations all throughout with these little valleys where wildlife love to hang out. We spotted tons of blue crab hiding here among the rocks. In the early 1900s, many people came to the spring believing that it had medicinal healing powers. One thing that I didn't love about the entire swimming area is that it's lined with this concrete wall. So once you're in it, it almost feels like you're in a community pool rather than a wild, natural spring. I much prefer the natural beach-style settings like Alexander Springs, but this is still a beautiful and unique place to swim and explore. Also, if you want a quieter experience, make sure to arrive early. This place fills up fast and can get pretty crowded by the afternoon. They do have camping here, and the campground is actually the largest in Ocala National Forest and the only one that has full hookups for RVs. The facility offers spacious campsites for RVs and trailers, as well as a designated tent-only area, which is a short walk from the parking area. Sites are nicely shaded and well away from the busy day-use area. If you're up for hiking, there is a Salt Springs hiking trail loop about a mile down the road from the recreation area. This trail is about 2 miles long with an observation deck at the end for bird watching. We planned on checking this out, but unfortunately there were wildfires in the area during our visit, so we decided to skip it this time. So we were going to do the trail, but there are all of these fire trucks on the side of the road heading towards the trail here, which is right there. We're just passing it up now. There are some wildfires here in Ocala National Forest at the moment, so we didn't think that it would probably be smart to go and hike the trail with the wildfires going. But there is a beautiful trail, apparently, that takes you all the way to the water. But yeah, tons of fire trucks. Apparently there is a wildfire really close. And even part of the Florida Scenic Trail is even closed due to it. But if you come at a different time, definitely check out the trail and let us know how it is. If you found any of this information helpful, I would love it if you would hit that like button and subscribe if you would love to discover more incredible things to do in Florida and beyond. I create a new video every week, and the best way to be able to see them is by subscribing. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to my channel members. You guys help me keep this channel going, and I couldn't be more thankful. If you would like to help support what we do here and get exclusive emotes, early access to our videos, and more, click the link in the video description for more details. If you would like to see even more beautiful springs to explore in Florida, then you're in luck because I've got an entire playlist for you that just popped up on the screen. In this playlist, I'll go through a number of incredible springs you won't want to miss. Until next time.